morning, fuckers. How is everyone? I'm in Meridian, Idaho, and I was thinking about something last night. And I'm really tired. My truck aborted regen 3 times, um, which startles you awake. So the engine will re-racing, then all of a sudden just bang, and then shakes the truck, and you're awake. So, and your adrenaline's pumping. You're in a panic, thinking the motor blew up or something. Anyway, so I was having a conversation with someone last night, and they were talking about how, they work in receiving, and they were talking about how, you know, they laugh at some of the drivers backing into docks, and some nail it, and some it takes forever. And from experience and direct observation, and myself having taught many, many drivers how to drive, many drivers, no two loading docks are the same. And if you're over the road, that means you're probably not seeing the same loading dock more than once, sometimes 2 or 3 times, and then that's it. So everybody's got different levels of experience, right? Some guys are just learning, they're just starting out, and they haven't uh, gotten the feel of it yet. Because backing a truck is like 90% art. It's more judgment and feel and discretion than it is. I mean, I'm sure you break it down and it's geometry and physics, but it's done by feel. It's your mind is interpreting what you're seeing, and you're feeling what the truck wants to do. You're seeing what's going on around you, and when you're driving, everything is very dynamic. There's, you know, like the dock I'm in right now. The building is straight. The parking lot is back here is crooked, and the loading dock is offset. So there's not a lot you can use at this loading dock for a visual reference to see that you're straight. And you'll line up. You're gonna, let's say you want to run parallel to the building. Now, some loading docks you can't run parallel to the building. So then you're like, oh, I use that curb as my reference point in front of me. So you're trying to back it at an angle, and you feel like the curb in front of you is parallel or perpendicular to the dock. So you're like, oh yeah, I'll use that to make sure I'm straight on the curb. And you line up on that curb to shoot straight back into the dock, and you miss the dock by 4 feet. So sometimes things just aren't gonna work out. And it'd be really helpful if most loading docks had marks on the ground so that you could run your trailer on those lines. A lot of places don't have those lines, and if they do, they're covered under snow, ice, water. You know, a lot of loading docks, you're backing down, right? So everything around you is at grade, it's level, and then they'll have a loading dock that does this. Then you got 3 foot of water back there, and everything's covered. So they made this comment, and it's an ignorant comment because they don't understand. They've never driven a truck. They may have been in a truck. They may have seen hundreds of trucks back in, but they've never actually operated a tractor trailer. So, for those of you that have never been in a truck, to help you understand, when you're at your job and you're working in shipping and receiving, you see the same dock, the same parking lot every single day. And it doesn't make sense to you why a truck driver can't hit that dock, and they're out there for an hour, hour and a half. And a lot of it, sometimes it's a guy like me. I've been driving trucks a while, and some days we're just having a bad day. Other days we're trying to figure out what our point of reference should be. You see it every day. I might have only seen it one time, and it's that time that I'm there. And like LTL guys, day cab guys, I mean, they can blindside it in because they've got a back window. They can look out and see the end of their trailer. So blindsiding is when you're driving a truck, the blind side is the right side of the truck because the minute you turn the wheel, the trailer blocks your mirror and now you can't see anything. So you'll see a guy get out 100 times to see what his trailer is doing. And people that have never driven truck don't understand, why does that guy keep getting out? This guy's an idiot, blah blah blah. You're the idiot. You're busting a guy's balls because your dock is fucked up. It's designed for a blind side back, and we're trying to put a 65, 70-foot truck in that loading dock using the blind side back. And some of them, and I've done it, I just did it in California a couple of weeks ago. Some of them are a blind side horseshoe. So, what do I mean by that? That means that I have to basically do a reverse U turn using the blind side to get into your dock. So, you back in off the street. Let me see. Do I have a piece of? I don't have a piece of paper. So your dock is here, and it's facing this way. You have a narrow driveway coming in, and then your driveway goes behind the building like this, but your dock is right here. So that means I have to back in my truck, do a U-turn in your parking lot, and then seesaw to get in there. That might take, in a sleeper truck like mine, that could take an hour, hour and a half. Because you don't want to hit the building and damage your trailer. You don't want to damage the building. You can't see anything. So you have to keep stopping, getting out, repositioning, and you have to keep seesawing back and forth to get in there. And then, it's a little easier to get out, but you still can't see what's going on that side of the truck. You have to get out and make sure you're not going to rip the wall because you might have a barrier wall between the loading dock. Your loading dock goes down. So when they designed the dock, they put a wall up there to make sure people didn't fall in. There's a lot of different scenarios out there that make backing a truck really hard to get into a dock. And so this person made a comment yesterday, and I kind of thought about it for a while. And some days I have an off day, but there's a lot of new people out here that are just starting out. You don't have 5 years of experience yet. Almost every dock you're going to hit is a struggle. Um, there's so much differences, and then you got vehicles and people and animals moving around you, and you have to be cognizant of all of it, as well as not do damage, as well as hit the dock, as well as a lot of customers want you to slide the tandems, blah 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 blah, and the list goes on and on and on. And your work location is your work location, and you're there every day. My work location is never the same place twice. Now, I've been to some shippers more than once, so you get familiar with it, and that's helpful. But most of the time, I'm only seeing one location one time, and I like that because it presents a lot of challenges and keeps my skills sharp. Um, Dedicated guys that are there every week or once a month or whatever, they know the facility, they know the people, they know the layout, they know the dock, they know how things work. They can get in, they can get out. Shit, some places let you unload the truck yourself, stack it up, grab their forklift, stack it, and you're in and out in a half an hour. They see the whole load sitting on the floor. You walk through it with your BOL. Yep, it's all here. You sign it, and you're gone. Not a lot of drivers can run a forklift either. I can run forklifts. I can run heavy equipment. Like I've said in previous videos, if it's got tracks or tires, I can run it. So tracks being bulldozers, stuff like that, I can run that. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different level of experience. Every location you go to is different. And I don't care if it's a facility that's identical everywhere you go, same layout. There's going to be something different about that location that makes it a problem. And that's what I got. Good morning.